Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we are going to start a series where we'll be doing Quant. It's a three-part series, and we'll be looking at the questions, the tricky questions, and how to solve them very in simple approaches, using less of variables, more of options, more of assumptions, and it is going to cover all the topics. So we'll be doing arithmetic, numbers, geometry, algebra, and permutation combination probability. So it's going to be a mixture of all the topics. Okay. So this is the first question. And when you look at a question, you first of all, you have to glance through the question. Okay. As in you should get an idea as to which topic this question is from. Once you realize which topic the question is from, then you think about what are the definitions, or what are the formulas, or what are the shortcuts, what are the tricks involved in those topics. Okay. Once you are done with it, then you see whether it is safe to start with an assumption or to start with the options. See, when you start with an assumption, you are initiating with this value. When you start with option, you are actually starting from the answer part, right? So these are two different approaches. Top to bottom means you assume something and solve, and bottom to top means you use an option and then solve, right? Using less of variables and less of equations means you will make less of errors because calculation will be less difficult if you don't use equations and variables, right? Okay, and your efficiency increases, speed bhi badhta hai. Okay. So the first question, I can very quickly see that this question is based out of ratios. I see ratio here. Okay. So the moment I see ratio, and if somebody asks me what are the basic things that I should know about ratios, so the first thing is, in the case of ratios, the numbers that we see, we assume those are the values. ठीक है, उससे question बहुत simple हो जाता है. We are, if somebody asks me what are the okay, let's read it. A student took 5 papers in an exam where the full marks were the same for each paper. His marks in these papers were in the proportion of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So this 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, these are the marks. So the moment somebody asks me what was his marks in these 5 papers, I'll say 6 marks, 7 marks, 8 marks, 9 marks, 10 marks. मैं यही बोलूँगा. ठीक है. And what is the total marks? The total marks could be out of 10, could be out of 20, could be out of 30, who knows, है ना? In all papers together, the candidate obtains 60% of total marks. Now this statement is going to help me figure out what is the total marks. Once that is done, I'll go ahead and solve whatever the question is asking me to do. Okay. So here it goes. So in one subject, I have got 6 marks. In the second subject, I have got 7. In the third subject, I have got 8. In the fourth subject, I have got 9. And in the fifth subject, I have got 10 marks. So these are the marks that I have obtained. Okay. In all papers together, the candidate obtained 60% of total marks. So I don't know the total marks. So I'm saying total marks itna hai. And the total marks obtained is 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10, which is nothing but average is 8. 8 into 5, 40. So 40 by T is given as 60%. 60% matlab 3 out of 5. From here, I'll get the value of total marks to be 40 into 5, 200 upon 3. Total marks itna hai. Remember, this total marks is not per subject total marks. It's the sum of 5. So अगर 5 subjects का total marks, if it adds up to 200 by 3, then each one should be 200 by 3 by 5. उसका 1/5, उसका 1/5. So each one is going to be 40 by 3. 40 by 3 का मतलब कितना हो जाता है? 40 by 3 का मतलब हो गया somewhere around 13 point some marks. So total marks is 13 point something. Now, question is number of papers in which he got more than 50% marks. Now 40 by 3 is approximately 13 point something. 50% से ज्यादा marks आने का मतलब है 6.5 से ज्यादा आना चाहिए. Great. 6.5 से ज्यादा आपको कितने सब्जेक्ट्स में इधर मार्क्स दिख रहे हैं. So you will check the obtained marks and see how many of these they have more than 6.5. तो 6.5 से ज्यादा you are seeing in 4 subjects. So 4. Variable, yes, one was used so that you can understand. If that was not used, I would have assumed that 40 is 60% of what, है ना, उधर से भी solve कर सकते थे. So 4 is going to be the answer. Next question. Just glance through it and you will realize that it says price per piece. So it has most probably got to do with profit, loss and discount, right? Percentages के अंदर आता है. It's not necessary that the percentage should be seen. It could be actual values also. So the question says a salesman enters the quantity sold and the price into the computer. Both the numbers are 2-digit numbers. Once by mistake both the numbers were entered with their digits interchanged. The total sale value remained the same, that is 1148, but the inventory reduced by 54. So what is the actual price per piece? So this question looked like it's a profit loss discount question, but it's actually numbers based question where you have a 2-digit number multiplied by another 2-digit number. Okay? Now, if we have a 2-digit number, if you multiply it by another 2-digit number with its digit reverse, the product remains same. If we go with that, we will realize that ये variables लगेंगे, equation लगेगा, है ना? So how about we use the options now? So किसी एक value से अपन शुरू करते हैं, okay? So inventory has to be reduced by 54. Inventory means the quantity. So let's start with option A. Remember, this is price, this is quantity. 82 into what is 1148. Okay, this is from the first option. If I take the second option, 41 into what is 1148. This is going to be much easier, reason being iska half ho raha hai. If I look at option C, 14 into what is 1148. And if none of these three options will give us the answer, D automatically will become the answer. So we have to only solve these three, right? We don't have to solve all four. Now, you can either choose 41 or 82. I think it's going to be easier if you take 41 because 41 का table 82 के table से तो half है ना? So 1148, 41 into how much is that? So if we calculate, it's going to be 41 into 28. 41 into 28 is 1148. Okay, so 82 into 14 will be 1148 and 14 into 82 will be 1148. And just to help you understand, if I take the D option, it's going to be 28 into what is 1148. I will get the value over here as 28 into 41. Now it says inventory reduced by 54. If the actual inventory is 14 quantity था, तो वो 54 से reduce तो नहीं हो सकता, है ना? 28, it won't. 82, yes. So can we say this is the only number which is more than 54 and it can get reduced by 54? So C becomes our answer. Okay. So the actual price per piece is going to be 14. वैष्णवी 60% को 60 by 100 लिखते हैं और 60 by 100 को सिंप्लीफाई करके 3 by 5 लिखते हैं. Thank you, Yogita and Ram. See, did I use any variable? No. Did I use any equation? No. Why did I start with the options? Because if I had assumed a value, see, assumption in this will not work. If I had assumed some variable, I will end up in equations. 2-digit number, uska reverse karke, and product of two-digit numbers won't be easy. So the moment you read a question, you need to decide कि आपको ऊपर से शुरू करना है या नीचे से. नीचे से मतलब ऑप्शन, ऊपर से मतलब वैल्यूज अज्यूम करके. 14 is the answer. Okay. Next one. Again, quickly glance. So this is a part of the same question, right? It is, if you look at this, the paragraph is same. The question has changed. What is the actual quantity sold? So if we go back this, right, it will become 82. Actual quantity sold. है ना? Actual quantity sold फिर आपका अब 82 हो जाएगा. Remember, price was 14 and quantity was 82. We just solved this. This was option C. So previous question was price. This question is about quantity. Actual quantity बोल रहे हैं. So 82. And see, this is the question from CAT 1996. अगर आप यहाँ देख रहे हो क्वेश्चन के बगल में ब्रैकेट में लिखा हुआ, this tells you कि CAT के किस ईयर में ये क्वेश्चन थे. So in 1996 we had these two continuous question. Okay, next one. Euclid has a triangle in mind. Okay, so this is a question based out of geometry, right? Triangle है तो geometry मतलब I will never be 100% sure unless and until I don't read the entire thing. पर तुरंत एक देखते के साथ आपको आइडिया लग जाता है ना? Its longest side has length 20 and another of its sides has length 10. Its area is 80. What is the exact length of the third side? So हमें क्या logic लगाना चाहिए? Looking at the options, obviously it's not going to be easy, right? So what shall we do? There is one approach. If the three sides are known, you can use Heron's formula to calculate the area of a triangle, right? क्या करा जाए? It says its longest side is 20. So shorter side will be less than 20. If you calculate all of these options, they are less than 20, right? 256 कितना होता है? 16 होता है. As in square root of 256 is how much? This is 16. So all the values are very close to 16. These two are 16 point something and these two are 15 point something because they are less than 256. है ना? Okay, so one side is 20, another side is 10, and its area is 80. So what is the exact length of the third side? Yogita, Vaishnavi, anyone? What do you think? How should you approach this? क्या करना चाहिए? Heron's? If you're supposed to use Heron's, then it's better that we leave it because it's not going to be easy. बहुत calculation होगा, बहुत ज़्यादा. Heron's is not easy. Okay. So I'm going to remove myself from here because I would need that space. ठीक है. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use coordinate. Okay. So side length 10 है और 20 है. So I'm going to use any one of these. So मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ? I'm going to draw the x-axis and the y-axis. ठीक है, इसको x मान लेते हैं, इसको y मान क्या लेते हैं, ये वही होगा. Now remember, this is going to be the origin and accordingly we are going to put in the values. ये जो length 20 वाला है ना, I am going to place it on the x-axis. such that this length is 20, this is at the origin, and this is going to be at 20, 0, right? Okay. Now, if I need the area to be 80, remember half into base into height, this is going to give me an area of 80 as per the question. This is the base here 20. मैं इस पे height बनाने वाला हूँ. So if you solve this, you will get the height as 8. So मेरे को height 8 चाहिए. किधर चाहिए? किधर बनेगा? I have no idea. Wherever it's going to be 8, I will always end up having the area as 80 only, right? Half into base into height logic लगेगा. तो अभी फिलहाल since we don't know, मैं इधर अभी लिख देता हूँ, इधर ड्रॉ कर देता हूँ. So this is the height as 8. So what will be the top point of this? Right? It's going to be something called, मेरे को x वाला नहीं पता किधर है. So something comma 8 because the height is 8. Y component of this this point is going to be 8. अब interesting चीज ये है कि I'm going to take the side length as 10 किसी भी एक तरफ से, either from the origin or from the positive direction of x-axis. तो मैं ये length 10 इधर draw कर देता हूँ. This is 10. The moment you see this 8 and 10 and this is perpendicular, this will give you a right angle triangle. Do you guys know 6, 8, 10, it forms a Pythagorean triplet. तो ये हमारा 6 निकल कर आ गया. अगर 20 में से 6 इधर है तो ये हमारा कितना हो जाएगा? This is going to be 14. And if this is 14, what is going to be the third side of this right angle triangle? Where one side is 8 and another is 14. So the hypotenuse का logic, as in Pythagoras theorem, say, can we say 8 square plus 14 square? So under root 64 plus 14 square is 196, which is going to give us under root 260. So the third side is known. Right? Interesting, isn't it? Very different approach. Now, why was it possible to use this approach? Because I was adamant that I will not be using Heron's formula. And approximation will be very difficult because square root of 250 or square root of 240. दोनों 15 point something है. कितना है 15.12? I don't know. Even a slight mistake over there will make sure that I'm still confused between the options. So we end up option A. Okay, I'll show myself now. Next question. Let ABCDEF be a regular hexagon. What is the ratio of the area of the triangle AC to that of the hexagon? Whatever they have given. So again, question based on geometry. To be precise, it's a mensuration question and we have to deal with areas, right? So ACE. So if you have solved questions on regular hexagon, you will realize there are a lot of patterns in the areas, in the perimeters, in the length of the sides. Okay. So if this is a regular hexagon with 6 vertices and 6 sides, if I happen to take the alternate vertices and join them, I'm going to get an equilateral triangle. First of all, ये triangle equilateral होता है, ठीक है? And if I happen to take the centroid or the circumcenter, because for an equilateral triangle it's all the same, मैंने अगर ऐसे join कर दिया तो बहुत सारे patterns निकल कर आते हैं. The first pattern being that the area of the triangle that you see outside is the same area of the triangle that you will see inside. And these two form a rhombus as well. And these two can be clubbed together to form an equilateral, of course, I'll have to cut it. It can form two equilateral triangles because that's exactly how you get a regular hexagon. Regular hexagon का मतलब है, you take 6 equilateral triangles. As a piece of paper पे you draw 6, as in you cut out 6 congruent equilateral triangles, and then you join them at the center. So once you join them with a common center, इधर join कर दो, सबको close लेते हो, you will get a regular hexagon, right? So if I join this, the area to the above of this line and area to the below of this line, they are same. ठीक है? तो बहुत सारे patterns हैं. But the major pattern that the question is dealing with, or it says asking us about, is in a regular hexagon, if we happen to take the alternate vertices and join them, then what is the area that you have inside and what is the area that you have outside? So we just saw that the areas are same. So ratio of area of the triangle ACE. Now you guys must be asking, how did I know ACE are alternate? देखो इधर A, C, E alternate है ना? A लिया, B छोड़ दिया, C लिया, D छोड़ दिया. So these are alternate. So even if I write A, B, C, D, E and F, you will realize ACE, this is nothing but the triangle that we were dealing with. So what is the ratio of the areas? So triangle ACE का area is X. Then area of the regular hexagon will be 2x. So the ratio will be 1:2. So 1/2. Right? Pretty simple. Okay. Next one. In xy plane, the area of the region bounded by the graph x plus y plus x minus y, each mod, is equal to 4. Now, this is a question from Modulus that we do in the class, where all you have to do is remember that you have mod of ax plus by plus mod of ax minus by is equal to c. If you have a figure of this sort, then this is always going to end in a rectangle. And if A is equal to B, this will always end in a square. See, what are A and B? They are the coefficients, the respective coefficients of x and y. Okay. So, ये हम पढ़ते हैं क्योंकि वहां पर आप draw नहीं कर सकते और solve नहीं कर सकते. Now, once you get the square or the rectangle, so the perimeter and area are fixed for such figures. Okay, so the perimeter is going to be, it is going to have one side of length C by B and another side of length C by A. So perimeter is going to be 2 times of C by A plus C by B. That's how you remember, right? Perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times length plus breadth, and area is length into breadth, right? So C by A into C by B will give you C square upon AB. So this becomes the area. आपको ये याद रखना है बस. Modulus में there are 6-7 varieties. Once you remember it, all you have to do is compare with the given thing. If you compare, you will realize A is given as 1 and B is given as 1 and C is given as 4. और इसको आप put कर लो depending upon what is asked. They are talking about area, so you need to put it here. And you will get your answer very, very quick. So obviously in the class we discuss as to how did we arrive at this formula. ठीक है, हम एक बार उसको सीख लेते हैं, समझ लेते हैं. Next time we don't draw the figure. It's little time consuming then. Okay, because when you break down the modulus, you have 2 possibilities to take care of, right? Not that easy as you might think. Easy, but not always that easy. Okay, so 16 is the answer. Next question. One man can do as much work. Take a pause. Time and work ka question hai. In one day as a woman can do in 2 days. A child does 1/3 the work in a day as a woman. If an estate owner hires 39 pairs of hands, men, women and children in the ratio 6:5:2 and pays them all in 1113 at the end of the day's work, what must be the daily wage of a child if the wages are proportional to the amount of work done? Question is lengthy, but it's a time and work question. How difficult could it be? You have to practice time and work a lot. There has not been a single year where questions from time and work or time, speed and distance have not been there. हाँ, एक slot में शायद ना आए, but overall every year there has been at least one question. And if you combine time and work and time, speed and distance, तो 3-4 questions भी होते हैं. ठीक है? So from here, first 2 lines. Okay, one man can do as much work in 1 day as a woman can do in 2 days. Okay, so think about it. One, either write down the equation or think. दोनों में से एक ही करोगे. सोचोगे तो easy हो जाता है. Whatever work you do in 2 days, somebody is able to do in 1 day, right? So if your efficiency is 1, then somebody else's efficiency is 2. And a child does 1/3 of the work in a day as a woman. So if you're talking about the same day, child does 1/3 of the work. So if a child does 1 unit, woman does 3 units. And first wale say, and if a woman does X units, the man does twice of that, double karta hai, so man ka 6 ho gaya. Remember, these are the efficiencies, as in the amount of work they do every day. Okay. Now, if you talk about the workforce, as in how many children, women and men are brought in, so the ratio is 6:5:2. So there are 2 children, there are 5 women and there are 6 men. Remember, उल्टा लेना पड़ेगा because हमने उल्टा लिख दिया पहले ही already. Now, if I ask how much of total work is being done by children, so children, how many units are they doing? 1 into 2, 2 units children ka. How many units women are doing? So it's going to be 3 into 5, that is 15 units women are doing. And how many units men are doing? It's 6 into 6, that is going to be 36. So this is the number of units men do, right? So can we say from here that the ratio of the work done by them is 2:15:36? अगर 2:15:36 है, तो hold on. हाँ, if 2:15:36 है, तो children का share कितना होगा? Can I say children's share will be 2 out of 36 plus 15 is 51 plus 2, 53, right? So 2 out of 53 of 1113. So this is the amount of money the children get. The entire group. Remember, this too is not single child's work. It's all the children, because we multiplied with them with the number of children over here, right? So how many times will this go? So this is going to go 2 times जाएगा और 200, 106 and then 53. So 21 times. So can we say that 42 rupees is the amount that children make? है ना? Hold on. Hmm. 42 rupees is what the children make. ठीक है. I was thinking 42 option में नहीं दिख रहा. Of course, we have to make sure that the number of children we have is accordingly. So workforce कितना है अपने पास? 7 plus 6, 13. But how much workforce are they talking about? 39. So can I say 3 times? Actually, there are 6 children, there are 15 women, and there are 18 men. ठीक है? So whatever we will get, we can say here, no, 6 children are actually working. If 6 children are working and they are paid 42 rupees, how much money is paid to every child, single child? हर बच्चे को कितना मिलता होगा? 7 rupees? Makes sense? So we assume the efficiency as numerical values rather than variables from the first two statement. That was the first step. Second step was find out the number of men, children and women working. Uska ratio given hai, we assume those values. Using these two, we calculated the total work they did. Once we realize total work, how much is the total work? As per the question, the wages are going to be directly proportional to the total work done. So we figured out ki children ka kitna wages hai. How much money children only get? Why we are only focusing on children? Because in the question they are asking us about that them only. Men, women का wage निकाल के क्या करेंगे? पूछा ही नहीं है. Once we get the total money children get, now we have to see how many children were actually working. We assume that 2 children were working, but looking at how many people were employed and how many we assumed, we realized that actually 3 times of those what we assumed, those many people are working. So we assume 2 children are working, but actually 6 हैं, 3 times. So 6 children is paid 42 rupees. That means every child is paid 7 rupees. That was the process. Any variable do you see? Equations? Yeah, obviously we are going to do some calculation to equation hoga, but we are not equating one value with another. ऐसा कुछ नहीं कर रहे. Okay. Next question. Right, Vaishnavi. Good. So the next question is about express train. The moment you realize express train, तो पता चल जाता है कि TSD का question है. If you look at the options, we have seconds as well, right? We have kilometer per hour also in the options. ठीक है. So an express train traveling at 80 km per hour overtakes a goods train twice as long going at 40 km per hour on a parallel track in 54 seconds. How long will the express train take to cross a station 400 meters long? Very straightforward question based on movement of 2 bodies of length and speed in certain direction or not. So time taken is given as length of bodies divided by sum or difference of speeds depending upon whether they are moving in the same direction or opposite direction. ये होता है हमारे पास. सम कब करते हैं? When the bodies are moving in the opposite direction. Difference when they are moving in the same direction. So this is the only formula, and this formula takes care of all the questions like these. So start करते हैं. पहला part. An express train traveling at 80 km per hour overtakes. So when does overtake happen? When they are moving in the opposite direction or whether they are moving in the same direction? Obviously, when they are moving in the same direction. Suppose they both are moving towards east, right? So when they are moving in the same direction, we are supposed to take the difference. So 54 seconds is the time given. Length of the track we don't know. We simply know that एक का length L है और दूसरे का 2L है. यहाँ पर तो sum ही होगा. Remember? तो मैं length of bodies की जगह sum of length लिख देता हूँ. Obviously, we are dealing with bodies only, right? L plus 2L and difference of speeds. So difference of speeds is 80 minus 40. These are the two numbers that we have. Remember, 54 is in seconds and this is in kilometer per hour, the denominator. So we need to convert it later. या अभी convert कर लो, कोई फर्क पड़ने वाला है नहीं, ठीक है? So if I rearrange, I will get 3L is equal to 40 into 54, whatever unit it is. 40 is in kilometer per hour, 54 is in seconds. Don't worry about conversion, ठीक है? मैं convert तभी करूंगा final step में, अभी नहीं कर रहा. I'm not going to waste my time here. Now the question is, how long will the express train take to cross a station 400 meter long, right? So if I read this, if I have read this question carefully, so the time taken will be sum of the length. Sum of the lengths matlab 2L plus 400 meters divided by sum or difference of the speeds. Now we have a platform, right, station, and we have a train. Yeah, platform ko to speed hota nahi hai. So there is only one train that we have to deal with, which is going to give us 40. Sorry, this is 80, right? So this is what I need to do. So should I solve L from here? No, I'm going to solve 2L from here. Okay? So 2L is going to be 2/3 of 40 into 54. I'm going to put this in the numerator here. This is going to be 2/3 of 40 plus 2/3 of 54. Sorry, not plus, this is same term. अभी देखो mistake हो जाता. Plus 400 divided by 80. Right? If you look at this, remember 40 was in kilometer per hour and 54 is in seconds. So if I happen to solve this part, 40 and 80 gaya. So I don't have to convert 40 kilometer per hour into meter per second. Okay? So this is going to give us 2/3 into 54 by 2. So 2 also gets cancelled out. We have 54 by 3. 54 by 3 I believe is 18. Okay? Let's solve the next one. Next one is 400 meters divided by 80 kmph. Right? तो अब यहाँ पर should you convert or should you solve it, by understanding the units? Well, in exam, obviously you prefer, everybody prefers converting it back to the units. पर मैं अभी आपको कुछ समझाना चाहता हूं. ठीक है? Look at this. 80 kilometer per hour means in 60 minutes. Right? Or can I say, remember 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. So can we say 80,000 meters in, can I say 60 minutes is 60 into 60 seconds? So what you will realize is 0, 0, 0, 0 goes away from both the sides. What I get is 800 meters in 36 seconds. That means 400 meters in 18 seconds. So I just figured out that this is also 18 seconds and the first one was obviously 18 seconds. See, of course, this took time, a little time. But I'm saying, can we do this in our mind? Can we do this orally? Because if we happen to do this orally, this is going to be much quicker, isn't it? Right? Okay. Oh, goods train is twice as long. So we actually needed L here. We actually needed L here. Hold on. अभी मेरे को ध्यान चला गया एक नजर. So L is going to be 1/3. So L is going to be 1/3. So that 2 doesn't vanish here. So this is going to be hold on. 2 and 54, this is going to give us how much? 27, and 1/3 of 27 is going to give us 9. So this is going to be 9. और anyways, अगर half कर दिया है तो इधर 18 का भी half कर ही देना चाहिए था. So this is supposed to be 9. So what is the total time they have taken? The train has taken 9 plus 18, that is going to give you 27 seconds. ठीक है, 27, option C. देखो, आपके पास ये फॉर्मूला है, फॉर्मूले से आप तुरंत सॉल्व कर सकते हो. But if the question becomes difficult, the formula sometimes they don't help. They actually get you stuck in a lot of equations and a lot of variables और आप उसको बस solve करते रह जाते हो. ठीक है? So 27 is the answer. हमेशा ना नजर दौड़ाते रहने चाहिए थे. You can see that I just realized that after comma it said twice as long. So it was quick to understand that I made a mistake. Next one is a railway engine moves with a speed of 42 km per hour. Again, this has to do with time, speed and distance. The reduction speed varies as the square root of the number of compartments attached to it. The speed is 24 km per hour when 9 compartments are attached. What is the maximum number of compartments that the engine can pull? The moment you have it varies as the square root, we realize that this question has to do with proportion and variation and not TSD. Okay? So we have an engine that moves at 42 km per hour. So I'm saying initial speed, or the, without any compartment, the speed of the train is 42 kmph. Okay, and the reduction in speed means initial speed minus current speed is directly proportional to the square root of the number of compartments. So number of compartments, मैं भी पूरा लिख लेता हूँ. I'm going to write number of compartments as C. So from here we generate the formula that SI minus SC is equal to K times under root C. So this is the formula in order to solve this question, right? That's how we solve questions on proportions and variation. We find out the relation from the language, generate an equation. Now it says the speed is 24 km per hour when 9 compartments were attached. So initial speed is 42, current speed is 24 when 9 compartments were attached. From here, you will get the value of K as 42 minus 24, I believe is 18. 18 and under root 9 is 3. So 18 by 3 is 6. So K is going to be 6. That means now we have the proper formula and SI is 42. Question is, what is the maximum number of compartments that the engine can pull? So what I'm saying is, suppose the train is stationary, the current speed of the train is that 0. It's not moving. Means those many compartments were attached so that the train engine is not able to pull it, right? So 42 minus current speed is 0, so that the reduction entirely is 42. This is going to give us 6 under root number of compartments. Now if we solve this, 42 by 6 is 7. 7 ka square, so compartment will give us 49. So 49 compartments, if they are attached behind the engine, the train is not going to move. But the question is, the engine can pull, abhi bhi khich sakta hai. तो एक compartment हटा दो, train चलना शुरू हो जाएगी. So 48 will become the answer and not 49. 49 is when the engine is not able to pull. 48 is when the engine will be able to pull. Right? So I took the extreme case and then we will do it. So Vaishnavi, have you completed the TSD topic entirely? 48 is the answer. So if you have completed your TSD entirely, how did you try to solve it? Did you use equations or were you using proportions? That very much dictates as to how easy or difficult it is going to be. Equations and variables, no idea what is happening even if you read the question. Solution देख के भी पता नहीं चलता है कि क्या करा है, क्यों करा है. If you're going to use ratios and proportion, बहुत clear हो जाता है. Next is, which one among this is the largest? This is obviously a question based on combo of numbers and algebra, right? So square root of 2, cube root of 3 and so on. So what we do, we give the same power to all these numbers. What power shall I give so that all those fractional powers get integrals? As in 1 by 2 भी integer बन जाए, 1 by 3 भी integer बन जाए, कितना power दें? So 12, 6, 4, 3 and 2. If we pay attention, अगर 12 if we give, those all denominators from the powers will vanish. So the first one will become 2 1 by 2 whole to the power 12. Next one will become 3 1 by 3 whole to the power 12. Next one will be 4 1 by 4 to the power 12. 6 1 by 6 whole to the power 12. And 12 1 by 12 whole to the power 12. Now what happens when you have a bracket and a power? Well, they multiply. Half of 12 is 6. 1/3 of 12 is 4. 1/4 of 12 is 3. 1/6 of 12 is 2. And 1/12 of 12 is 1. Now, 2 to the power 6 is 64. 3 to the power 4 is 81. 4 cube is also 64. 6 square is 36. This is 12. Question is, which one is the largest? So the largest is of course 81. That means this, B. So cube root of 3 is the largest value among all this. So that's all from today's lecture. We will have another one tomorrow and after tomorrow. So this series will continue. We'll be again solving questions from all the topics. People who are watching, please make sure that you give a like. And if you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe it. Now, let me tell you a few things. So these are the names of our CAT 2022 toppers list, where these all are our online classroom program students. Okay, so you can see that they have scored more than 99.9 percentile also. And there have been many more, not just 5 students. We have, triple digit people who have scored in 90s percentile. So if you want to join our CAT 2023 comprehensive program, you can enroll with us, wherein you will be given all these facilities, starting with the tablet to more than 75 mocks to more than 200 hours of live classroom sessions, more than 10,000 practice questions, more than 300 engaging videos, more than 15 power-packed sessions, 4 hard copy books, and more than 5 years of previous year questions with solutions. And in order to join that, you can write a scholarship test and you can avail scholarship up to 90%. The test is going to be held on 1st of April at 7 p.m. More than 27,000 students have won this scholarship at BYJU'S. So make sure that you register for this. The link to the registration is given in the description below. On 4th of April at 7 p.m., Mr. Saral is going to take a session which has got limited seats. Okay, it's about devise your strategy for test taking strategy, and also how to manage your CAT preparation with jobs and studies. Job and studies, of course, unless and until you're moonlighting, it's not jobs. Also, you can download our app and brush your basics by attempting quizzes, get daily section wise quiz from there. So you can download our app and you can attempt these quizzes. So these are concept based section wise quizzes. You should subscribe our YouTube channel, subscribe our follow our Instagram channel. You can like our Facebook page. You can also join our Telegram channel, which is BYJU'S Exam Prep for MBA, and you can download our app from Google Play. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Vaishnavi, are you our student? Vaishnavi, are you our student? If whether you are our student or not, you can download our app and please go through these videos where TSD is being discussed. एक बार जाके देखो. Maybe you will understand, few more things apart from what you already know. Okay, just try it. And if you are our student, please get in touch with your faculty and let the faculty know whatever problem you are facing. We will try to resolve it as soon as possible if you need extra sessions or if you need extra guidance related to the topic. Okay? Chalo. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.